Coming to you from Classic Lanes in beautiful Greenfield, Wisconsin. Van McNeil alongside Phil Brylow. It's the 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open. We got some great bowling ahead here, Phil.
And it's going to be a tough road to the championship, no doubt about it, Van. Very demanding lane condition we had for the ladies here today. They needed PWBA, PBA Tour quality type shots in order to get to the pocket and strike. Anybody that takes home this title from here at Classic Lanes in Greenfield, they've really earned it. $700 on top. And some familiar faces we see on TV, a couple newer faces, but they've all been there before. Just a matter of who's going to perform and take home the title.
All right, we're going to take you out to the lanes here after this short break. You're watching the 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open here on Spectrum Sports.
Why do we have so many of our televised tournaments at Castle Lanes? Because we love being part of the wild side of bowling. If you're ready to get in touch with your wild side, go to castlelanes.com.
All right, Phil, here we go. The 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open Classic Greenfield in beautiful Greenfield, Wisconsin. It is on.
Yeah, Samantha Kelly, we've seen her win this championship in the past. Always seems to bowl well here at Classic Lanes in Greenfield. And number 4 position in the stepladder, taking on Jonquet Armand in our opening match. The 5 steps of Samantha Kelly to the line. See relatively straight projection of the ball. And the 4-pin is left.
Those first shots here on television. I don't care who you are. You turn on those TV lights, the nerves are in play.
Yeah, the nerves will definitely get to some of these players. But both these ladies have been on TV with us before in the past. And actually all 4 ladies on our show today have had recent TV appearances with us here on Spectrum Sports. And a good quality spare there by Samantha Kelly to get things started. You see she's back there talking to her longtime boyfriend, Eric Fritton. We saw them finish in 2nd place in the mixed doubles Baker Championship here a couple of weeks back at Classic Lanes in Greenfield, and Eric giving Samantha some advice.
The Illinois invasion continues as we see more and more bowlers showing up here in Wisconsin. And no go there, straight through the nose.
Yeah, Jonquet, a little direct on the line. It's a 37-foot pattern the players are bowling on here today. And you'll see them use relatively straighter lines through the front part of the lane in the pocket. Plays a little more inside than what we see if you watch the PBA Tour on the cheetah pattern, which is usually 35, 36 feet long on that older cheetah pattern. And spare making a must today on this tough pattern. Only 2 of our bowlers averaged over 200 during the qualifying round of 6 games earlier this afternoon.
No room for error, no out of bounds here. If you miss, goodbye.
And the good spare there by Armand to keep this match even after 1 frame. And once again, I want to thank Gina Dereshevsky and her staff here at Classic Lanes in Greenfield for hosting for the 8th year of the 9 years this Wisconsin Women's Open's been in existence.
Boy, what a break there, Phil.
Nothing wrong with a crossover. The small mistakes are what you pay for today here on a tougher condition like this. If you're going to make a mistake, make it a little larger, make it so the ball crosses over, and most of the time you might not carry the strike, but you'll probably leave just a 5-pin or a 5-9 if you're right-handed.
Yeah, you see it there at the footy foot mark. Just hit the brakes and cross over. Nice break for John Kay. Let's see if Samantha Kelly can answer back. The 27-year-old out of Waukesha, Wisconsin. Oh boy, see, and that's what I was talking. If you miss, goodbye.
Yeah, there is a good volume of oil on the outside part of this lane pattern. It's about a 2-to-1 ratio, so it's basically PBA Tour type shots needed to get to the pocket. And a shot that's a couple of boards errant in the front part of the lane for Samantha Kelly. Continues that ball on into the gutter. And of course, losing basically the spare she threw in the first frame. She's got a big 10 in the first frame now, thanks to that gutter ball, but a chance to come back and get yourself a moral strike here.
There's the shot. There's the first shot. We saw it resist all the way down against that 37-foot oil pattern and into the gutter. That's boy.
A much straighter projection through the front part of the lane. You see right there, Van, that ball does not go anywhere to the right. Actually, even just a little bit of right to left projection through the front part of the lane. And no problem with that ball rolling up strong to the pocket and taking all 10 pins out. The key to this pattern for a lot of these players was very straight through the front part of the lane. Errant shots to the right or left seem to really get bowlers in trouble in a hurry.
Straighter is greater, and Samantha made the adjustment. Solid pocket strike.
Yeah, and it's not a super straight shot. I mean, these bowlers are getting the ball rolling from 5th, 6th, 7th board up into 17th, 18th board into the pocket. So the ball's covering a little area out there. It's just a matter of what it's doing through the front part of the lane is really the major part of making a quality shot. You need to make sure that projection is out in front of you. It's not pulled across your body or outside of your swing line.
John K. Armand, Arlington Heights, Illinois. Playing a little bit more direct, a little deeper than Samantha is.
Good roll there, but she's got a little more ball speed than Samantha, and she's got a little more side roll. You see John K. when she follows through, you see the hand and wrist kind of roll over the top of the ball a little bit, getting a little side roll on the ball, getting that ball to get a little farther down lane before it makes its move to the pocket. And a 20-pin lead early for Armand as she steps up in the 4th frame.
Currently bowling at Lakeside Recreation Center, Mundelein, Illinois. Shout out to Mundelein. That's my home house over there. The old Mundelein Lanes. River ran bowling to Splains. And, no break on that one. Her home center, Hawthorne Lanes in Vernon Hills.
And the crossover, bit of a bad break there where it doesn't carry the 10-pin out. A little bit high flush, you see from our low-level cam there. High flush in that pocket, and the head pin kind of goes around the 3 and the 6, lays in the flat gutter, doesn't take out the 10 in that crossover shot. And now it's just basically get yourself recomposed, make the spare, and move on with the lead if you're Armand.
John K. Armand, the home house, like we were saying, Hawthorne Lanes in Vernon Hills. Oh, boy. Yeah. You hate to see that.
Just didn't look comfortable all the way up through the approach on that shot and pulls through on the bottom. Ball never gets out to the right to sit there. You just see she misses it only by a couple of inches, but it's tough to stay relaxed in a pressure situation sometimes. You're flirting with the gutter every time you shoot a 10-pin, and you need a spare to maintain a lead. You're bowling a quality opponent in Samantha Kelly, and sometimes those little things can just creep up in the back of your mind.
Illinois versus Wisconsin. Wisconsin up here in Samantha Kelly from Waukesha. A little light into the pocket.
And a little unusual pin carry, too. When we get a chance to look at the replay, watch the head pin hit the 2, and the 2 pin goes straight back and blocks the 5 from getting over into the 7 pin. The ball and the 2 pin hit the 5 at the same time. And we've seen that in the past with the paralyzed 5 where it stands up. That could have been a really bad break for Kelly if she would have left the 5-7 instead. Now, single pin spare conversion should be relatively easy for her to pick up.
Home center for Sam includes Blue Mountain Bowl and Motion Plus Lanes.
And we'll be going back to Motion Plus Lanes for our next show. Starting off the high school season with the high school kickoff classic team event, and a couple of teams that did well at state last year. Oak Creek High School, our state champions for the boys, and Sun Prairie High School finished second. Will be part of the big field in that inaugural kickoff event for us. Actually, the second year of that kickoff event at Motion Plus Lanes. It's always good to watch the young high school players get out there and try to start the season off on a good foot.
Into the pocket for Sam. Again, not able to trip out the 7-pin. I'm not sure if her entry angle is what she wants right now as we look at the replay.
Well, it's almost a similar hit she had in the last shot where the 2 pins just getting back to the 5 at the same time and running a little interference. It may not necessarily be the angle, Van. It might be she might want to kind of drop the speed down just a hair and let that 2-pin clear the pin deck a little bit more before the 5-pin blows over into the 7. So she may want to make a move slightly inside with her feet and let that ball roll a little bit stronger, wheel it out to the right just a hair with a little slower ball speed, and that might have a chance to improve her carry.
Let the ball do the work.
And it's always tough. You're in the pocket. You think everything should fall every time you hit the pocket. Sometimes it's tough for those bowlers to mentally make that change. And stepping up in the high five gear, fifth frame, Jean-K Armand. Samantha Kelly did not get a $25 gift certificate from high five gear, and neither will Jean-K this game. Well, you need that strike in the fifth frame, Van, to get that gift certificate.
Miss a target. She's playing deep, up the middle almost, and just got away from her there. Never had a chance to make it.
Yeah, it just looked like that bull kind of lagged on the roll on the way back. The amount of oil through his outside of the lane as compared to a house pattern. You miss to the right. It takes a lot for that ball to get back, and she should be pretty happy right now to just leave the 2-8 and not have the 10 with it.
I was worried there for a second.
Well, spares are always an adventure on these tougher patterns, especially when you're dealing with those sleeper pins like the 2-8 or the 3-9. We've seen on these tough patterns before a lot of 3-9 10s and 3-6-9 10s get missed, and even going across the lane for right-handers on that 2-8, that's not easy as well in a lot of cases.
Her last go, Phil, I was talking about Hawthorne Lanes in Vernon Hills, Illinois, growing up in that area in Lake County. That's Bill Spigner's. That's his place over there. And Bill just happens to be coaching
Jean-K needs, Jean-K needs to get a phone call into him really quick because she's kind of lost both lanes a little bit. Looped it out. You see that ball way out on about third, fourth board. Not where she needs to be. That's about 2 boards right of where she needed that break point. And the super washout, never an easy spare.
Just when you think you have a grasp of things, transition, things happen out there on the lane. Let's see if she can convert this. Well, count is good, and we will continue here. The bowling is not over yet from Greenfield, Wisconsin. The 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open continues next here on Spectrum Sports.
Barbier's Italian Inn, featured in onmilwaukee.com's In Search of the Perfect Pizza in January 2013. Near Miller Park on Blue Mound Road and on Milwaukee Avenue in South Milwaukee.
Welcome back to Classic Lanes here in Greenfield, Wisconsin. Van McNeil alongside Phil Brylow for the 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open, the Battle of the Border. Wisconsin versus Illinois, Samantha Kelly out of Waukesha, 6th frame.
Almost leaves the pocket 7-9, but flush in the pocket gets them both down to maintain that 8-pin lead, and then stepping up in frame 7, slices through the rack, extends the lead out to 18 pins. Armand working off of an open frame in frame 6, makes the adjustment off of going wide for the super washout. More trouble with the big 4, gets 2 pins on count. Try to stay close, but already down by 30 pins entering the 8th frame. She needs to basically strike out to have any chance. She gets a good start to it by striking in the 8th frame, but 30 pins the difference as we get back to the current action. 30 pins the lead.
Yeah, fast and furious there during the commercial break, but looking at this replay here, that was pretty.
Well, you see the difference on Armand's shot. We saw her leave that super washout on the left lane, on lane 13 here at Classic Lanes in Greenfield. And that ball was out around 3rd, 4th board. That time she's in around 6th, 7th board, and the ball rolls up flush in the pocket.
You wouldn't think you'd make big moves like that already, but if transition is happening, and look at that. Nice, solid pocket strike for Samantha Kelly.
Well, that's 3 in a row, and that's pretty much locking up the match right now. Jean-K Armand, her maximum score would be 199. Samantha Kelly, all she needs to do is basically stay clean, and she's going to advance into our semifinal match against Stephanie Schwartz. Stephanie, we've seen her a lot of times on our shows in the past as a youth bowler, entering her senior year at Stephen F. Austin University in Texas, an NCAA Bowler of the Year a couple of years back when her team won the national title. Anybody that gets to face Schwartz in the next match, they're going to have a tough run. They're going to need to carry strikes like Samantha Kelly just did right there.
Was that the what tripped out the 4
I would
pin
think
there?
that's usually the 2-pin. Let's take a look in the replay, and there it is, 2-pin. Actually, the 7.
7-pin, yeah. It wasn't what you thought, the 2-pin, but John K. Armand, at this point, you try to save face, right, Phil?
Well, you just get the strong finish. You had a couple of bad shots in the middle of the game that took you out. A missed single pin is never a good thing to have in any match. And now, unfortunately for Armand, the frying pan into the fire, and she's going to end up walking out of here with 4th place money. $700 on top today for the winner of this prestigious event. And one of the strongest fields we had in years, one of the toughest conditions we've had for this Wisconsin Women's Open as well. And lots of bowlers, learning today that the spare game was key to make TV.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Armand, with leaving splits in this match, that's what's really going to cost her. And we're going to fast track through the end of the match here with Samantha Kelly up by 62 and see if Sam Kelly decides to stick with the bowling ball she has now, or it's always one of those times. It's always good to make a ball change, do the experiment, and see what you might have as a secondary option out there if your primary line goes away. So.
And the bowling's not over for John Kay. You take each and every little tournament and those nuances. She made an adjustment there. She's still digging.
Oh, and she's won some national titles at the USBC Women's Open level. She's a quality player. We've seen her on TV before. We'll see her on TV again, I'm sure. And it's just a matter of Sam Kelly threw a few more better shots in this match, this game. So, but definitely, Samantha Kelly, you're working out for her. You see Stephanie Schwartz in the background there getting ready to come on. And Schwartz, when you're bowling somebody that's on Junior Team USA, you're going to be in for a heck of a match if you're Samantha Kelly.
Yeah, Sam's been on TV before. Stephanie's been here before as well. It is going to be a good match. Number 2 coming up next here from Classic Lanes in Greenfield, Wisconsin. As our bowlers wrap up match 1 here, 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open.
Providing premier equipment sales and services to Wisconsin bowlers since 1973. Check out our Wall of Fame and our current specials at bpsmilwaukee.com.
The fun continues here in Greenfield for the 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open. Classic Lanes in Greenfield, as a matter of fact. Van McNeil alongside Phil Brylow. This is going to be a good match here, Phil.
Oh, this is a young lady we have seen for a lot of years here on our Spectrum Sports show. Stephanie Schwartz, we saw her as a high school player at Racine Park. Now she's in her senior year of her college career at Stephen F. Austin in Texas. And, boy, the resume on that young lady, very long. We'd have to give up the entire show in order to say everything she's done in the last 5 years of her bowling career. But a good start there. Unfortunately, smash 7 for Schwartz.
She's been here before. Like I said earlier, TV nerves, always going to be there in those first couple of shots. It's just how you deal with it. And that wasn't a bad shot at all.
I don't know how much I think her dad, Ken, back there. You see Ken, he's snacking on some peanuts right now, taking things. So, whoa, we've got, well, that's going to be a foul, even if she would have made it there. A little footing issue. She's okay, she says. That's good. A little bit of a footing issue on the spare there, and even if she would have hit the pin at that point in time, as soon as you go past the foul line with your foot or reach down, you see right there, the foot's over anyway, and then
saved it.
She hits the gutter cap there with her hand, so even if she would have hit that single pin, it still would have been an open frame with the foul. And now you got to kind of think to yourself next time you're up, okay, I got to make sure my footing's good.
Right.
Hopefully that doesn't sit in the back of Schwartz's brain for too long.
Those little things that can confuse a bowler out there get in your mind. And Samantha Kelly going through some changes here as well.
Well, she just got a really big break on that shot. She missed out to the right. Watched that 6-pin just barely get the 10-pin out. Was probably looking at a possible open frame if that 6-pin didn't get the 10 out.
I can't imagine the commercial break. That's too much of a cool down for these bowlers.
No, it's just a matter of getting your focus back. And you're never gonna make 12 perfect shots in a game. It's getting those shots that are errant to not leave big splits or washouts on your scorecard, and she just happened to get a little bit of break on that shot to not leave the 2-4-10. but does what she's supposed to do. Quality spare, move on, throw your next shot, and make things happen.
It's how you recover. It's how you adjust. We'll see what Sam Kelly does here, the 27-year-old from Waukesha, Wisconsin.
You see that deep knee bend at the line that really helps her get through the shot well, and no problem that time with the 6 kicking out the 10.
Solid pocket strike for Miss Kelly.
Not surprised right there. Schwartz getting down to the approach and testing out that slide solo again right away.
Want those little... That's the last thing you want to think about. Unfortunately, it's in her head.
Well, she's gone to so many places with being on Junior Team USA, bowling all over the world. You hit different types of approach conditions and everything. It got out of her head pretty quick there right with that shot. Nice fluid swing. No problem. And 10 back keeps Schwartz within 11 pins early. You see that little bit of a right to left projection through the front part of the lane. We talked about how important the amount of oil that's in the front part of this pattern to really keep the ball in front of you. Keep the ball on target line. She did it quite well on that shot. A little quick out of the hand, and that's the difference right there between the shot that Kelly kicked the 10 out on and Schwartz fails to kick the 10 out here in the 3rd frame.
See here in the replay, that ball is flying. Never had a chance to recover. She knew it.
I think she's a little surprised.
Oh, she still has the... You said it was out of her head. The tacky approach may still be in her head, or whatever's going on with her.
Yeah, it's just a matter of right there. Sometimes you get the ball a little quick off your hand, and sometimes you think it might be your slide sole, and other times it's actually just your timing. You get there a little quick, and your heel kind of hits the lane a little bit. I mean, they have rubber heels on these bowling shoes, and you catch a little bit, and it's not the slide sole, it's the heel. I mean, she's going to check it again, and she didn't look at it long, so it must be fine. So something tells me it was just a little quick on the timing on that first ball, the 3rd frame for Schwartz.
Back to Samantha Kelly. 1-300 game. And a solid pocket strike. That was pretty.
Well, that's the thing. She was a good college competitor in her days at Robert Morris University. She's been in this situation before. Your opponent leaves you an open, you're working on a strike. It's pretty much mandatory to get that double on the board and keep applying the pressure to your opponent. Kelly already up 35 pins, can get out to 45, and she get another strike here in the 4th. And I don't care if you're Junior Team USA, PBA Hall of Fame, or whatever. You're down by 45 pins after 4 frames. You're going to be in a lot of trouble. You have your work cut out for you the rest of the match.
Yeah, you pedal to the metal, and Sam continues to floor it.
Well, Stephanie Schwartz had the highest game in qualifying today of 260. And she can't even get that now if she strikes out her maximum at this point in time. It'd be 245. And she may need every one of those pins, every one of those strikes in order to have a chance against Samantha Kelly.
From the Kringle capital of America. Ooh, kicked out that 7-pin.
The strength of the roll, getting into the pocket, gets those pins to mix on the light hit. And gives herself a chance, though, as she gets into the high 5-gear 5th frame. And you see on Stephanie's sleeve right there, you see Castle Lanes. She did all of her youth bowling there, and Castle Lanes, big supporter of high 5-gear as well. Many of the leagues part of the high 5-gear LEAP program, where every league bowler at the end of the year, just for paying a couple extra bucks a week, gets a custom high 5-gear jersey.
Looks like she went a little bit more direct on this one on the left lane.
I think it was just the overcorrection from going light and that 2-4-8-10 before, and she didn't want to get it started that far to the left, and it just ends up rolling up to a high crossover. Lucky to leave just the 6-pin. Switches to that polyester ball for the spare. No problem covering that up. And a bunch of years on Junior Team USA, you learn how important every single spare you get on the board is, and you learn how to play these tough conditions, and that's the reason you look at Stephanie Schwartz, 21 years of age, and she's, for the 2nd time in her career, has made this Wisconsin Women's Open final as a youth bowler. So it's pretty impressive. We've never had any other youth players make it on TV here in the 9 years of this event, and just goes to show you she's got a long quality career ahead of her.
So does this woman, Samantha Kelly. Let's get that messenger. Come on.
Oh, it's way too slow. Not enough inertia imparted into the 10-pin from that slow rolling head pin. Trying to be a messenger on the way back across.
And Sam's Arsenal this afternoon. The show off and the code red. Switches over to polyester. Is that polyester?
Oh yeah,
that's
the Storm Ice bowling ball. So lots of different polyester bowling balls on the market. And there's even some bowling ball companies that you can pretty much get anything you want on a bowling ball. And we've seen pictures and baseball team logos and all kinds of stuff on some of these polyester bowling balls that are out there. All right, we're 0 for the High Five Gear gift certificates today. We're going to have to change that in the championship match. Way in the wings, you see her in the background, Jodi Gallic, waiting to take on the winner of this match. We saw Jodi with Rich Blake in the Baker Mixed Doubles Championship a couple weeks back.
Wow. She is not letting up yet, will she? Let Stephanie Schwartz come up for air. We'll find out next as the 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open continues from Classic Lanes here in Greenfield, Wisconsin.
Why do we have so many of our televised tournaments at Castle Lanes? Because we love being part of the wild side of bowling. If you're ready to get in touch with your wild side, go to castlelanes.com.
The 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open continues here in Greenfield, Wisconsin. Bowling through the commercial break, Phil.
Yeah, staying on time. Stephanie Schwartz stepping up in the 6th frame. A little high in the pocket. Could have gotten them both down. Leaves the 9. No problem covering up the spare, but she's pretty much in mandatory strike mode to put any pressure on Samantha Kelly. 7th frame, steps up once again. Pulls it across her body, leaves just the 5. And no problem with the conversion. Right now, it's just a matter of Samantha Kelly filling frames, and she'll advance to the championship match. Kelly steps up in the 7th frame. Commercial break. Gives her a big break as she gets the 6, 9, and 10 out on a high hit. 56-pin lead. This match pretty much done. One would think another big break for Kelly. Gets the 9, 10 out of that combination, leaving just the 3, 6. Spares it up, and we've pretty much determined our 2 finalists here, barring Samantha Kelly tying her own shoelaces together and failing to make a delivery the rest of the game. Stephanie Schwartz, her maximum score right now is 203 if she were to strike out. Sam Kelly right now, Sam Kelly pacing at a 2-0 pace, even with an open frame.
A laundry list of accolades for Stephanie Schwartz. There we go. Solid pocket strike for Steph.
Let's see, I believe 4-time member of Junior Team USA. She's won medals in international competition in the World Youth Championships and the Pan American Youth Championships. She's an NCAA team titleist. Stephen F. Austin, she's an NCAA Bowler of the Year.
Yep.
When she was a sophomore,
Check.
she was all NCAA first team her junior year. She was NCAA freshman of the year freshman year.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, we could go through the whole show on what Stephanie Schwartz has done in her career. She was when she was a senior, she was a high school singles champion here in the state of Wisconsin.
Yep.
Helped her team Racine Park make numerous state finals. There's just way too many things on Stephanie's resume. And she's worked long and hard for it. I mean, her dad and mom have been great supporters. You see her dad, Ken, here today, watching things. Her brother, David, lives in the Chicago area now, and he went to school with Robert Morris, earned himself a intercollegiate team title for the men's team there at Robert Morris when he was there. So definitely success throughout the Schwartz bowling family. One of the big names in Racine. You know, we've seen the Zagars on TV many times as well, and that's another big name in Racine bowling with Matt Zagar and his sons Ryan and Kyle.
Yeah, Stephanie, one of the top 10 sports stories in 2016, according to the Journal Times out there. There's a nice write-up on Stephanie. And a laundry list of accolades for this woman as well, and Samantha Kelly.
Yeah, collegiate career, great one at Robert Morris in Illinois. moved up here a few years ago, and she's been really doing well bowling in the greater Milwaukee area. She's undertaken a couple of PWBA events as well. And every one of those tournaments she goes to, it's a learning experience.
She has put the pedal to the metal. She had one errant shot in the second frame of match 1 where she threw a gutter. But Armand opened the door in the 6th frame of match 1, and she has been bowling buckets since. She has not let up.
Well, yeah. I mean, you look at that early three-bagger frames, 2, 3, and 4, after Stephanie Schwartz opened 2 of the first 3 frames. And from that point on, it's going to help keep your swing loose. You know you're in the lead, and you know your opponent is the one that has to play catch-up. You just make the shots that keep you out of trouble, and Samantha Kelly's done that pretty well all day long, and she's going to advance to the championship match to take on Jodi Gallic for that $700 first-place prize. And
trying some different things.
Yeah. Well, you got to give it a try. You never know how the line might change. You're working, there's always oil depletion. These bowling balls always take a little bit of oil off the lanes. The line that your opponent's playing, Stephanie Schwartz being a little bit farther left down lane than Kelly is, that could cause some early hook as the matches go on next match. And not too bad of a day for Stephanie Schwartz. So she's taking home $290 in scholarship money. She is a youth player, so it does have to be provided to her school as a scholarship. So that'll go through the USBC SMART program, and they will then forward the funds on to our university to help pay for those college textbooks, because
they are expensive.
College is not cheap nowadays. Even if you are on a Division I college scholarship, there's still all kinds of other expenses that you're going to incur, and Stephanie's paid for a lot of her schooling with scholarships she's earned over the years.
Having a little bit of fun, a good laugh with Samantha. And
these ladies,
friends.
Yeah, I mean, these ladies have been around each other. They bowled 8 games earlier today. I know they face each other a couple times in match play during the semifinal round this afternoon. So they've gotten to watch each other bowl a bit, and you never know. Sometimes these ladies, as team tournaments come around down the line, sometimes these ladies end up pairing up for some of the team events as well.
As Stephanie wraps up here, we will wrap up this semifinal match. Here comes the championship next, as the 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open continues here.
Live, on demand, worldwide, Extra Frame is always on. It's the online bowling channel. Watch live qualifying rounds and match play from every PBA Tour stock and every PBA 50 Tour event on your big screen, PC, mobile phone, or tablet. Archived nationally televised shows and content is available 24/7. Extra Frame is always on. Subscribe now at www.extraframe.tv.
You are in store for a great match here. The 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open Championship match. 2 quality bowlers in Samantha Kelly from Waukesha, Wisconsin, and Jodi Gallic out of Schaumburg, Illinois.
Sam Kelly working her way up the stepladder. She was number 4 coming into the stepladder. 2 big match victories. And to throw a couple of 200 games consecutive on TV in this condition, showing that she's pretty much on top of things today. And another good shot out of the gates for Samantha Kelly.
Not letting up at all. It'll be interesting to see how Jodi handles this here. She's been sitting, watching, waiting. We've seen her throw a few balls to stay loose, and it's go time now.
Yeah, I mean, Jodi made a big run in the 2-game semifinal round, won both of her matches convincingly, jumped her up from the number 4 spot to the number 1 spot. And now it's just a matter of holding on to that spot for the title.
And a break.
The eyebrows raise a little bit. The smirk comes across the face, and she knows that wasn't the best shot she could have made there, but that high ball speed, high rev, gets that head pin to come off the sideboard and just tickle down the 2-pin. And we'll see if that helps kind of keep things loose for Gallic in this championship match.
Pretty tenacious, pretty aggressive versus the bowlers that we've seen here. Throughout qualifying, even here into match play, just look at those revs.
That's left of target, and she should be happy. It's just the 3-6. Saw Gallic on TV a few weeks back with her partner Rich Blake in the Baker Mixed Doubles Championship here at Classic Lanes Greenfield. They finished in a tie for 3rd position. And Gallic struggled a little bit early. They put up a big game. She made a big finish. They put up a game in the 230s, but unfortunately lost to Samantha Kelly and her partner Eric Fritton. Fritton and Kelly putting together a big 240 game in that semifinal match before Fritton and Kelly were knocked off by Tracy Fakes and Ken Duffield. And Tracy Fakes, she was our defending champion here at this Wisconsin Women's Open. Didn't have the day she was looking for, but we know we'll see Tracy back in a lot of these competitions soon. And record-setting field here. Almost 30 of the Midwest's finest women's bowlers taking on this challenging condition and competing for the $700 first place prize.
A couple more competitors in town looking for something to do. Perfect opportunity to show the state and show the world what you got. Ring 10-pin there.
She thought she made a little better shot than that. 6-pin decides, no, I'm going to go up and around 10-pin. And it's just a matter of getting the mental focus back, picking up the spare, and moving on to the next frame.
Right. Every spare counts. Sam has been clean.
Yeah, even when she threw the ball in the gutter, the second frame of the opening match, she did pick up the spare. And on this tough 37-foot pattern, clean games were few and far between. 2 clean games, even fewer and farther between for these ladies today.
That's how difficult this 37-foot oil pattern is. Sam is back on target.
And it's all about where that ball starts its roll and how strong it is going through the pocket. You see right there, a little bit stronger roll, a little bit earlier face into the pocket. No chance for that 6-pin to leave the 10 when Samantha Kelly hits that flush.
Jodi Gallic, 25-year-old out of Schaumburg, Illinois. Bowls at Poplar Creek Bowl in Hoffman Estates. Jerry Mars and the crew over there.
Whoa, that never had a chance.
Eek.
You just saw that ball. She tried looping it out to about 6th, 7th board, and that ball never had a chance to pick up the end of the pattern, and not an easy spare here with the 1, 2, and 4. See, she stay with her strike ball? No, she switches to her spare ball, so she's just going to take the lane out of play and just go directly at that 1, 2, have the ball deflect into the 4.
One of the great debates in bowling. Polyester ball, keep it straight, or kill the hook on something aggressive that you're throwing.
Well, it's personal preference is really what it is, and you know, there's times in league where there's nights where there's a lot of oil on the front part of the lane. I'll still use my strike ball to shoot at 7 pins being left-handed. It's just a matter of what your comfort level is at a particular point in time. And for Gallic right there, she knew there was no sleeper pin to take out. It was get the ball to just deflect down the line. Polyester, the best way to go for her in that case.
Look at the roll on this ball for Jodi. Still a miss a target through the nose, but I'd be scared if I were the pins.
Well, right now, Jodi just kind of lost on the last couple of shots and thought maybe that opening trip of the 2-pin would loosen her swing up a bit, but now the speed's kind of amped up through the approach, and she just kind of needs to give herself the old mental cool down when she's done with this spare. Pick up the spare, relax a little bit, and wait till it's your turn to come up again.
Go take a walk, take a lap, don't think, oh my goodness. And even more reason now, you're going to be in the hole after missing that spare, and sits down, throws the towel on the table, and got to regroup.
Well, right there with polyester, we talked about the amount of oil that's in the front part of this 37-foot pattern. If you miss right early with polyester, there's no way it's coming back, and unfortunately for Gallic right there, that was the case. Slid behind the 6-pin and only took out the 10 on the spare.
Samantha Kelly out of Waukesha. Can't take out the 10-pin.
Well, she got a little over the top with that release on the shot. If you compare the strength of the roll of the ball she had in the 3rd frame, that shot right there, she'd tell you she pretty much didn't get all of it the way she wanted to. And you see that 6-pin a little weak going around the 10. that right there, I think if she had a little cleaner release and the strength she normally gets on that ball roll, she would have kicked the 10 out. But right now, keep it clean, stay ahead, let your opponent try to play catch up. And she's up by 18 pins, getting into the high 5 gear 5th frame.
Money on the line. No one has cashed in.
0 for 4 on those $25 high 5 gear gift certificates, and we've seen all those wonderfully designed high 5 gear jerseys on the air in 2017. I'm glad to have high 5 gear back in 2018 as well. We know the bowlers appreciate it. We know our fans appreciate seeing those well-designed jerseys. And hey, we finally gave one away, Van.
Hey, solid pocket strike. And some high 5 gear cash, if you will, for Samantha Kelly.
If you want to see some of the jerseys, the PBA and PWBA pros that are out there, and if you want to wear a jersey that's like Pete Weber's or Chris Barnes or Rhino Page, they've got all those replica jerseys at high5gear.com or design your own.
Yeah, I was going to say, make your own. Wisconsin's very own high 5 gear. Nice strike from Illinois' Jodi Gallic.
Well, she made the big move a little bit right with her feet and kept the ball speed firm. Smart way to go on that shot. You see much straighter projection through the front part of the lane as compared to when she looped it and missed the head pin. Let's see if she can do it again here. You see there the little creep right with the feet.
Mm-hmm.
If she can get a double here going into the commercial break, Van, we're going to have ourselves a heck of a second half of this championship match.
I told you at the top this was going to be a good one, and here we go. So, how is this one going to wrap up? Jodi Gallic out of Illinois, Samantha Kelly from Waukesha. The championship match continues next here from Classic Lanes in Greenfield. This is the 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open on Spectrum Sports.
Barbiere's Italian Inn, featured in onmilwaukee.com's In Search of the Perfect Pizza in January 2013. Near Miller Park on Blue Mound Road and on Milwaukee Avenue in South Milwaukee.
Welcome back to Classic Lanes in Greenfield, Wisconsin. The championship match continues here, Phil, in the Wisconsin Women's Open, bowling through the commercial break.
Samantha Kelly looking for a double to extend her lead here. Another 10 pin on lane 14. That's her third and 3 shots this championship match on that lane. No problem covering up the spare. She finds trouble here in the 7th frame. On the left lane, ball a little left out of her hand. 3, 6, 9, and 10 combo. Always tough, always key on that 9 pin and back to try to make the spare. She does so, but the 6 goes around the 10, and that hands Jodi Gallic the lead while Gallic is on the bench. Gallic a little quick out of the hand on lane 14, lucky to leave just the 2 pin. No problem with the spare for Gallic to keep that lead at 6 pins. Gallic responds with a quality shot in the 9th frame. However, ball cuts through a little high. Solid 9 pin. Gets her composure back. Polyester ball right at the spare. Covers it up. And Gallic in the lead by just 5 pins. With 2.5 frames to go. $700 on top. $350 for second. So a big difference in the prize money here for these ladies. And, of course, when you can get crowned the Wisconsin Women's Open champion, you always want that on your bowling resume because you've beat the best of the best in Wisconsin and Illinois to get that title.
And the 27-year-old from Waukesha. Hang on, Samantha Kelly through the nose again.
Well, you leave 3 consecutive 10 pins on the lane. You try to get the ball to roll up a little stronger. And unfortunately, with that solid release that Kelly had that time, she just got a little slow with the ball speed. You saw that ball slice through, leave that 4, 6, and 7. Best thing for Kelly to do now, get the count, move on. She was on an open frame, so she doesn't lose that much in additional count, but she's down by 16. Her maximum score right now is 194. Gallic pacing at 190. If Gallic goes strike spare in the 9th and 10th frames. So the pressure squarely now on Kelly's shoulders, and it's going to need a bunch of strikes to put any pressure on Gallic at the end of this match.
Oh, she likes this left lane a lot.
Sliced through high last time on this lane. Much better release.
Solid pocket strike.
You just see that ball make the turn at about the 38, 39 foot mark. She's using the ball. It's got a little bit of what's called a slower response cover. It takes a little time after it gets through the end of the pattern to start making its move. That saves the energy all the way through the pocket, and she splits the 8 and the 9 pins. Textbook strike for Kelly, keeping her in this match. And it's all right now up to Gallic. Gallic can end it right now with a strike here in the 9th and another strike first ball of the 10th.
A chance and an opportunity to put some pressure on, and oh boy.
And she's looking at that shot thinking to herself, I thought I made a really good shot. If you watch the follow-through, she kind of extended a little more than normal on that shot. I think she was just trying to give it a little extra on the bottom, and unfortunately just pushed the ball through the break point. And the second super washout we've seen today on the show. And that count on a spare is huge as well, only getting a 5 count. It's a must convert here for Gallic to stay in the lead.
She needs it. She's got it. Oh, thought she had it. Boy, what a bad break for Jodi Gallic.
Yeah, unfortunately, just gets the head pin a little too thin. Sends it around the 6 pin into the 10. And right now, Gallic, her maximum score 184. If she gets the first 2 strikes in the 10th, it's going to force Samantha Kelly to get the first 2 in the 10th as well. Everything riding on this first shot for Gallic.
Looks good.
That was right at target. That was
kept on going.
Yeah, that was right at target, and she's looking to herself right now. Once again, she thought she threw a better shot, and you just give it that little bit of speed and a little bit of right. And it does. We talked about in that first match, we saw a couple of crossovers, Van. The big mistakes aren't the ones that are causing you problems today. It's the little mistakes. And unfortunately for Gallic, this little mistake might cost her this Wisconsin Women's Open title when she was in the driver's seat after the 8th frame.
Right. After Samantha had been dominating through the matches into the semifinal match and in this championship match. Disappointing for Jodi.
Well, she's not out of it yet. Samantha Kelly needs any mark, because if she gets 9 pins in the 10th frame and would leave it open, it would be 162. And as we've seen the last couple of frames, marks are not a guarantee for anyone at this point in time, and I can't blame Samantha Kelly for taking an extra couple seconds here and making sure everything's right, and she knows the situation.
Right. You want to stay calm, you want to stay cool, you want to stay collected.
You got to make a better shot than you did last time on this lane when she split.
Ooh, and she does, and able to bump out that 10 pin.
And the base of the 6 pin takes out the 10, and right there, that is your champion for 2017 for the Wisconsin Women's Open. Samantha Kelly taking home that prize. She knew she threw a quality shot. She knows she doesn't have to shoot a 10 pin like she did 3 times earlier this game.
Right.
And unfortunately for Jodi Gallic, a couple of just slightly errant shots at the wrong time opened the door for Samantha Kelly, and Samantha walked right through it. He's taking home the title.
Samantha would like to thank Storm, Vice, of course Gina Dereshevsky here at Classic Lanes in Greenfield, and $700, that ain't bad.
You see the realization right there for Samantha Kelly. You just see the head tip back, a little bit of a smile across the face, and she knows it's been a long, hard road today. 6 games of qualifying, 2 games in the semifinals, and now 3 games in the stepladder, and she's taking home this Wisconsin Women's Open title.
Right on this difficult 37-foot oil pattern. There is your champion, Samantha Kelly. We'll wrap it up here at Classic Lanes in Greenfield next here on Spectrum Sports.
Providing premier equipment sales and services to Wisconsin bowlers since 1973. Check out our Wall of Fame and our current specials at bpsmilwaukee.com. Barbier's Italian Inn, featured in onmilwaukee.com's In Search of the Perfect Pizza in January 2013. Near Miller Park on Bluemont Road and on Milwaukee Avenue in South Milwaukee.
Welcome back here to Classic Lanes in Greenfield, Wisconsin, as we wrap up the 2017 Wisconsin Women's Open. What a championship match there, Phil.
Yeah, close all the way through. Jodi Gallic, chance to wrap it up. A couple of marks in the 9th and 10th frame, and it's probably hers. Both balls right of the pocket, 2 open frames in a row. Sam Kelly needs to step up in the 10th frame, get a mark, gets the best mark of all, throws a strike, and she takes home another Wisconsin Women's Open title.
Yeah, dominant performance from Samantha Kelly here. Great showing from Racine's very own Stephanie Schwartz. Where are we heading to next year, Phil?
Getting back over to Motion Plus Lanes, kicking off the high school bowling season with the appropriately named High School Kickoff Classic. Some of the best boys and co-ed high school teams in Wisconsin taking to the lanes. And your favorite's got to be Sun Prairie. They took second in state last year, didn't lose any underclassmen, came back with their varsity team, and they are going to be the toughest team in Wisconsin this year. Something tells me we're going to see them on our next show.
For the entire crew here at Essential Bowling Concepts, he's Phil Brylow. I'm Van McNeil. Take the kids bowling. They'll enjoy it for life, right, Phil?
No doubt about it.
Replays on YouTube as well. Search Essential Bowling Concept.